Good evening, 4-3. Today we're going to start with Lesson 1. The objective of our lesson tonight is interpret a multiplication equation as a comparison. Now I know you've seen this before. This should look very familiar. This is called a place value chart. You have the ones, the tens, the hundreds, the thousands, and it continues to go on. We're just going to focus on this place value for this tonight. The ones, the tens, the hundreds, and the thousands. All right, in this place value chart, we have the ones. And if you notice, these circles, we're going to call them place value discs. And because we're under the ones, this is a 1 disc. This is another disc, 1, 1. So how many ones do we have? We have 4 ones. Then we go to the left and we're going to see the tens place. How many 10 discs do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this means that we have 4 tens. If we were to write this out in standard form, now standard form like you've done in the earlier grades, standard form just means how you regularly write it, just as a number, 44. So the standard form for this place value chart is 44. We have 4 ones and we have 4 tens. Okay, well here's our problem 1. 110 is 10 times as much as 1 1. That is going back to our objective to this evening, is to interpret using a multiplication equation as a comparison. Okay, how many units do I have? Remember, it's those place value discs. So if we look at the ones, we are going to count how many units I have in the ones column. So count with me. This first place value disc is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 ones. What larger unit can I make with 10 ones? I can take this 10 ones and move it over here to make it 110, because 10 ones is equal to 10. So if we go back, this model is showing us this multiplication equation we're using as a comparison. 110 is 10 times as much as 1 1. 10 ones make 110. 10 times 1 is 110, or 10 ones. We say 110 is 10 times as many as 1 1. Here is problem 2. 100 is 10 times as much as 110. And here is our example of that. We go to the tens and we see our place value discs. This is a 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. We have 10 tens. 10 times 10 is 100. So 100 is 10 times as much as 110. In problem 3, we have 1,000 is 10 times as much as 100. So if we look in the hundreds column in our place value chart, we see our place value discs. Each one of these discs is 100. 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, and 100. So we have 10 hundreds in this place value chart. How much is 10 hundredths worth? It's worth 1,000. So 1,000 is 10 times as much as 100. So every time we move over one of these columns, we're basically multiplying by 10. So let's review a little bit. 10 ones is equal to 110. 10 tens is equal to 100. 10 hundredths is equal to 1,000. Every time we get to 10, we can bundle and make a bigger unit. For here, for example, let's go back to the ones column in our place value chart. I have 10 place value discs in this ones column. So each one of these discs is worth 1. I have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can bundle these place value discs all up. Bundling means I'm putting them all together, and I can make a bigger unit. I can make 10. My place value disc of 10. I can make 110. 110 is 10 times as much as 1. 110 is equal to 10 times 1, 1. And how we would say that is 110 is 10 times as much as 1, 1. For 100, we would say 10 times 110. And how we would say it is 100 is 10 times as much as 110. For 1,000, 10 times 100. And how we would say that is 1,000 is 10 times as much as 100. Every time that we move up in each one of in our place value chart, in each column, as we move up, this is being multiplied by 10. You're multiplying each of these by 10 in order to move up. In order to move up, we're moving each one by multiplying by 10. With problem 4, we are going to model 10 times as much as on the place value chart with an accompanying equation. This model that we're going to be using is called a chip model. And a chip model is just really what it is. It just looks like little periods, little chips. Think of little chocolate chips. All right, and we're going to show this, the ones, and we're going to show how this is 10 times as much as on the place value chart. We're going to demonstrate this. Now remember what I said, bundling. We want to bundle up groups of 10. So right here is a group of 10 chips. So this is 110, and this is another 10. How many 10s do we have? We have 2 10s. Now we don't need to write in the place value discs and write 10 and a 10, because in this model, which is a chip model, and we're underneath our headings, so we know that we are in the 10s. So this demonstrates that this is 10 times, this is 10 times greater than this one. 10 times as many as 2 ones is 20 ones. So here is 20 ones. And if we're going to need to have an explanation of this, how the equation, we would have to create an equation. So 20 ones is equal to 2 10s. So our equation for this would be 10 times, remember that we're going back to this problem here, 10 times 2 ones is equal to 20 ones equal to 2 10s. In problem 5, we need to model 10 times as many as 4 10s is 40 10s is 4 hundredths. So if we go in the tens column in our place value chart and we see our chips, let's bundle our chips up. We've got for a group of 110 here, another group of 10s, another group, and our last group of 10. How many groups of 10 do we see? We see 4 10s. 4 10s is really equal to 40 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40. 40 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40. We count by 10s. But 40 10s is equal to 4 hundredths. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hundredths. If you think about it, if we multiplied, remember, every time we move up in one of these columns, we're multiplying by 10. 40 times 10 is 400. So if we need to make an equation, our equation would look like this. 10 times 4 10s is equal to 40 10s. 40 10s is equal to 4 hundredths. For problem 6, we're going to model 10 times as many as 7 hundredths is 70 hundredths is 7,000. So here in our place value chart, we have our chip model, and we're going to be using our chips. And remember, when we want to bundle groups of 10, so we are going to bundle up our groups of 10. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 groups of 10, but we are in the hundredths place, so there is 7 hundredths in this column. There's 7 hundredths. So if we count by 10s, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, there's 70 hundredths. 70 hundredths is really saying it's 7,000. We're going to go up a unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is 7 thousands. With problem 7, we're not going to be using a place value chart. We're going to model as an equation. We're going to create an equation . 10 times as much as 9 hundredths is 9,000. So let's just actually read it. As much as, 10 times. We're going to be using the multiplication as a comparison. 10 times 9 hundredths is equal to 90 hundredths. 10 times 9 is 90 hundredths. So 90 hundredths is really equal to 9 thousandths. All right, 4-3. Now you try. Give it your best and don't rush. In the following problems I want you to try, so I want you to fill in the blanks to make the following equations true. And on a separate piece of paper, I would like you to try to create those place value charts and model those equations. 10 times 3 ones is equal to blank ones, which is equal to blank. Find the answer. Problem number 2. 10 times 2 10s is equal to how many 10s, which is equal to blank. Use the place value chart to help model this equation. 4 hundredths times 10 is equal to how many hundredths, which is equal to blank. Use your place value chart to model this equation. 10 times as many 110 is blank 10s. How many 10s is that? Complete the next following statement. 10 times as many as blank 10s is 30 10s or blank hundredths. Blank as 9 hundredths is 9 thousandths. Blank thousandths is the same as 20 hundredths. Awesome job tonight, guys. Looking forward to working with each and every one of you on tonight's lesson. Have a good night.